day, guys. This is Roderick. I am the owner of Third Eye Traders. And during these videos, we're going to examine price action. And the pairs that we're really going to examine on this channel are gold, so metals, silver. We're going to look at the cryptocurrencies. And for time to time, we'll look at the NASDAQ or the US 30. And so we'll also look at the dollar as well. And this is important because I'm actually stationed in the United States, but I really want to help people to become better traders. And that starts with you being committed to this process. And not only being committed to this process, but being patient, right? And so we're going to cover a lot of different things. We're gonna show you how to analyze price action. We're going to show you and cover news. We're going to go over different potential news that could potentially impact price action, especially if you are intraday traders. I love to trade out the monthly and weekly time frame, and I enter my positions on a daily chart. But I'll, from time to time, we'll scale down on an hour 4 chart or sometimes on an hour chart and find intraday setups as well. And so let's go ahead and get started. So our first pair, which we're going to cover, is gold. And so you notice that I've been following gold clearly for quite some time. I am a gold bullion. I believe in gold. I believe gold and silver has always been and will always be. And I believe it's God's money. I mean, that's what Robert T. Kiyosaki teaches his students. And I've been a student of his for 10 years or so, since I was in high school. And so I do want to appreciate you all for allowing me to go over this with you. So if you notice here, gold has continued to make record highs. Well, it has made a record high here. And so you notice that now we are in this pullback in which price action, like people don't know exactly what's going to happen with gold. So let me cover a few things for you all that's important for gold, that's important for cryptocurrencies. We are all being controlled by central bankers. And there's pretty much a central bank in every country except 3. Okay. Now that is important because if they can control the money supply by printing money or manipulating price, then they can manipulate price action, which hurts us because no matter how great we think we are as traders, we still are at a disadvantage to whatever they decide to do when they wake up, or their policies that they put in place to affect us as citizens. And so let's take a closer look at gold. And so if you notice here, last month I was already looking to see a burst in price action in gold. Now, to walk you through why or how I arrived to that conclusion was because price action basically was declining. The previous year before, price action was pretty much doing the same thing from September to pretty much December. And so one of the things that I saw that they were trying to do, I mean, there was talks about, we have to pass another stimulus. Guys, anytime where the central bankers or our government is devaluating currency, what that means is we are losing our purchase power. So if you ever go into a store or a market and you see that prices have continued to rise, well, that's because inflation is hovering over us like a dark cloud. And so when they print money, it has to come from somewhere. So you can only pay for these things 2 ways, okay? You can pay for them through taxes, or you can pay for them through printing money. Those are the only 2 ways. All right. So our government has decided to print more money. Well, not our government, basically the central bank, the Federal Reserve, which is supposed to be separate, supposed to be a private entity. Unfortunately, it's not. I mean, they work hand in hand with the politicians, right, to keep them in office. And so even though they would confess that they do not, that the influence of a political office does not influence, their stance on what they think is best for our economy, they still do. And so the Federal Reserve goal is to be the first and last resort of all lending. And so you see them not only printing at a massive scale, but they are buying up everything. And so this is good for gold because when our currency is constantly being devalued, meaning we're losing purchasing power, right? Then that means it takes more dollars to buy an ounce of gold. And this is the same case for the cryptos as well. Anything that's pretty much betting against the dollar, it's going to take more dollars for it to sustain the dominance, if that makes sense. And so if you notice here, this is one of the things I was looking at. Clearly we didn't see that. We did get the rise, but it wasn't as big as I anticipated it. And so the thing that we're looking at now, so what do we have on agenda? We have Joe Biden is about to become he's about to have his inauguration. So he's already been elected. And so he's about to be inaugurated in a few days. Okay. Now he's already released a plan stating that he's planning to release a bill for if I'm not mistaken, it's 1.9 trillion. All right. Which is going to provide up to $1,400 in stimulus payments for people. So not only did we just get a stimulus payment, I think it was like a 900 billion or so for $600 payments, but now we're looking to get another additional $1,400. So just a little bit short of a year ago, we received $1,200. So you have to see how these things are really lining up and how they are influencing the price of gold. Now, one of the things that we're looking for here and what I'm anticipating is that price action is going to stall here a little bit, and then we should be able to see that we're going to be able to take off to new heights. And so hopefully we see something like this, another fake out, come back, and then we get a massive push to the upside. And then you see these zones here and we take off. And my next target for gold is $3,000. Now, to some people, that might be, unrealistic, but based on the things that has continued to happen, that is realistic. This is why, okay? When you look at, let's say after the housing crash of 2008, the market crash, right? Well, George W. Bush was the president of our country. He's a Republican. All right. When Barack Obama come into office, right, he decided not only to keep rates at zero, hoping that was going to recover the economy. Now, Bernanke was the Fed chairman, which led to Janet Yellen becoming Fed chairman, right? Which is scary if you think about it, because she's in Joe Biden's cabinet, but that's neither nor here nor there. Guys, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I can care less about politicians. So I don't want what I'm saying to offend you, but I just want you to see it from a macro perspective. So President Obama was president, okay? And when he was president, he created more debt under his presidency than all the presidents that preceded him combined in 8 years. And then Donald Trump was elected president. He's our current president at this particular point in time. He created more debt than Barack Obama did in just 4 years. And so my prediction is that Joe Biden will create more debt than what Trump created in 4 and what Obama created in 8 in only 2 years. I believe that. And if I am right, because I could be wrong, but if I am right, that means gold is going much higher. It is going much higher. And the fact that price action has basically primed itself in a downtrend, which continues to bring it back to the same level as it was in 2012, most people are going to trade against this market because psychologically, their mind is not going to register that price action is going to continue to go up. And so what I see is price action going to 3,000. And so, I am going to be primed and ready for that. Now, guys, you don't have to take what I'm telling you as advice. I mean, definitely do your own research, speak with an advisor, trade at your own risk. But this is where we are in our company with our team. And so we want you to see the same thing coming. So just be a little patient. We'll continue to do daily uploads, weekly uploads, so you can see what this is going to look like and if our plan is intact. Now, the next thing I want to go through is let's do silver. Silver is really important. Definitely a metal that I like to trade. Now, a lot of people aren't able to afford, 1,800 an ounce ago. Okay. That's the reality. I mean, we are pretty much in a Great Depression. We're having compressed growth at this point. And so we're not really doing good as an economy. The stock market is moving tremendously higher. People are drowning in debt. They can't pay their mortgages. They can't pay their credit bills. They can't pay their auto bills. They can't pay their student loans. How is the market continue to go in an uptrend or continue to make record highs, high after high after high after high, and our economy is suffering? And so if you are in a position, I would bet that you need to be purchasing silver. Silver is currently at $24, $25 an ounce. I think it's a little bit lower than that, excuse me. Silver is at $24 an ounce. Yes, so I stand firm. It's at $24 roughly an ounce. And so what I would suggest for you is get your hands on silver. Guys, I don't sell silver personally. I'm just telling you, get ready. Get ready for another bull run. And so when I look at silver, let's go ahead and, take it on a macro level. When I look at silver, we've had this, we've had this, this push to the upside. Right now, as you can see, price action looks like it's slightly in a pretty much a downtrend. Now, I want you to remember this look right here. Okay, I'm gonna show you another chart what this looks similar to. I'm not saying that this is gonna, this gonna be the same result, but what I am saying is that President-elect Joe Biden is about to have his inauguration in a few days. This is important on a massive scale. If he's already released a plan to do another $1.9 trillion, okay, this is massive. And so I foresee silver coming back to this level here. This is the next level that I foresee silver coming back to test. I believe price action is going to give us a little sell-off before it breaks. Or if not, it's just going to break straight through and it's going to keep going. It's out of here. And if you're not prepared, you will be lost. End of story. And so that's what we're looking for when it comes to silver. I'm looking for silver to come back, to build up, to tap this level here around a $50 mark, and then to use this to test it and then to break above. I believe we're going much higher. I believe silver is going much higher. I believe gold is going much higher. I believe cryptocurrencies are going much higher. But most importantly, silver and gold, those are safe haven assets. Cryptocurrencies are risk on. Okay, so we're going to cover that in the next video. So let me zoom down a little bit. So you notice like a trade that I was able to take based in silver, in the end of 2012. And what I was looking for is when price action approaches this level, I knew that we were expecting some type of retracement, which we have gotten. And so now I was able to allow that to, take its course. And so now I'm being patient. Trading is 90% patience, 10% trading, hands down. I don't think trading every day is the best idea. You find great setups, but I look for a few setups throughout the year. I know exactly what I look for, and I try to get massive pips while doing it. But I do find setups where I can trade intraday, where I can make money. So that's important. But what I'm looking to score is when a market makes these big moves based on falling price action, because I'm a patient trader. And I think in order for you to be successful at trading, you have to be patient. If you're not patient, if you're going through any hardship, guys, it's really important that you understand this. And I teach my students this all the time. If you're not patient, you're gonna have to have some self-development and reflect until you can develop that patience. All right. If you're going through hardship, if you're going through a tough time, guys, I always tell people don't trade, because people tend to trade how they feel. Right. And so if you're experiencing hardship, you just need to take a break. Say, you know what, my psychology is not right, my mind is not right. Let me get myself together, and I'm gonna come back and look at these charts, because trading is all mental. It's all mental. And if you're not all there mentally, then it's going to be really difficult for you to trade. And so I think that is a really important lesson for you all to know. Now let's go ahead and move to XRP. Now, guys, this is one of the things that I've been marking up. I've been owning XRP for years, and I remember I bought in it pretty much to some high positions. And so what I did was, guys, is I just continued to hold my crypto. And so I follow XRP on a large scale because of the things that they're doing, the infrastructure they put in place. Guys, I don't like to invest in things I don't know about. And so people who invest in things that they don't know about, that's why they lose. I'm not a type of trader that likes to pick tops and bottoms. Guys, that's a loser's game. If you're trying to pick tops and bottoms all the time, that's a loser game, because the market makers are going to try to take price action in a direction away from where the most money is going, because that's how they make money, right? So if let's say 80% of people are on a buy, but 20% on a sell. Well, from a mathematical, perspective, which way you think they're going to take the market? They're going to take the market away from the 80%. So yeah, there might be some winners. So don't take trading personally. It's not about you. It's not when you enter a trade, it just automatically goes down. You have to remove that mindset. It's wherever the majority of the retail traders are. Know that the big banks, the market makers, are trying to take price in the opposite direction. That's it. And so one of the things that we want to do is we want to show you what we do so you can maximize your profits but minimize your losses. And that's really important when you're talking about trading, okay? Because trading is all mental. Now, one of the things that I did was, when price action got a little bit lower, and when price action reached about 21 cents, I bought again. I bought again because I expected a new rush in price action. And why did I expect a new rush in price action for XRP? Well, that was an article that was released on XRP stating that Garner was looking at moving XRP out of the US. Now, at that time, did I know that was a case issue he may or may not been going through? Absolutely not. I mean, they kept that on the wraps. But I knew with price action being compressed, all the stimulus payments that has been issued, I knew it was looking to make a rise. And that was just completely bullish for XRP. XRP infrastructure is to ensure faster and safer payments, much faster than Bitcoin, much faster than Swift. And so when you look at that on a global scale, that is significant, especially when you look into move money. All right. And so when I bought into that rally, I saw price action had come all the way up to, 77, and my account, it got up to be 90 cents or so. And so and then I saw a sharp sell-off. Now, what I did was, guys, I went back to look at, previous levels. So this is a strong key level for me that a lot of people didn't even see. Okay. But I saw it. I saw it and I thought it was very important. I did. And then that's when I saw another article. Maybe it was shortly, because once it sold off a little bit, I was like, hey, what's going on? I knew everything that has a rise, it's going to have some type of retracement. It's going to pull back. I understand that. Like, everyone understand that. But what got me was when I saw that they were rallying off of old news. And so the old news article that I saw was Bank of America. Basically, they had partnered with Bank of America, but that has already been established, right? Because I've been following XRP for so long. And so when I saw that and it rallied a little bit, I used that as my sign to book profits. Now, guys, I'm not a paper profit kind of guy. I believe in you should take profit when you are comfortable or when you have a set limit. And when I saw this limit here, I saw price action was failing to come back, a sharp sell-off. I knew that was a confirmation for me to either exit my trade, book my profits, or exit all together. But what really was the icing on the cake for me is when I saw that XRP start rallying again off of old news. And usually when I won't say commodity, but when a cryptocurrency or a commodity or anything, if it's rallying off of old news, there's nothing left in the tank. They throwing everything but the kitchen sink, trying to push price higher. And so when I understood that, I said I need to go ahead and sell. So I sold it it was like 67 cents, 69 cents. I sold all my shares, got out completely. And then next thing I knew, that was an article that was released saying that they basically have a filing against the SEC. And when I saw that, I knew I had to make the right decision. So guys, I'm gonna say this. I believe still XRP is going much higher once they get out of this legal issues. I believe cryptocurrencies are going much higher. I believe gold, metals, silver, palladium, platinum are going much higher. And so it's very important that you understand why they're going much higher. And they're going much higher because the government's going to continue to print money. And as long as you keep that in perspective, you put yourself on the right side of trade. Now, guys, let me go ahead and go over Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is at an unprecedented level. I mean, massive. Of course, I've been following Bitcoin for quite some time. I don't trade it as often. It's very volatile, but you really got to be careful because you can lose like 3,000 pips in minutes. And so that's why you have to really trade Bitcoin to be careful. And so I always look for pullbacks, or if the charts are revealing confirmations to me, I try to keep everything in its context, right? So I keep the market in its proper context. And so Bitcoin is now at what was reached up to $42,000. Now, I want y'all to understand this. People think that Bitcoin is just so much more valuable, but that's clearly not the case. So you judge gold, you judge XRP, you judge silver, you judge Bitcoin based on the value of the dollar. So if the dollar is being devalued, then that means everything else has a much higher chance of going up. And so when you look at that, then you have to understand, okay, Bitcoin is really not going higher. It's just the value of the dollar is being devalued. It's losing its purchasing power. So that's why when you go into different stores, you go into shopping for different things, you're seeing that things are starting to increase. And it's all because of them printing money. Now, there's two ways we can pay for debt, or we can pay for, I won't say debt, but we can pay for policies or what's the correct word I'm looking for? I guess you call it tax. There's two types of tax. There's income tax, right? When they tax you on your wages or your money that you bring in. And then there's where they can print money on a global scale, inflation. And so it's when you know that, when you look, taxes, okay, we get that. That's bringing more money into our economy, even though it's taken away from other people, right? Robin Hood, robbing the rich to give to the poor. In this case, it's kind of reverse. It's robbing the rich, robbing the poor, give to the rich. That's all taxes are. Okay, taxes are allegedly or created for the rich, but they don't impact the rich because the rich use loopholes to avoid taxes. So they got to get the government have to get the money from somewhere. So they get it for the middle class and the low income families who pay taxes. So anyways, so when you look at how much how much value the dollar has lost, okay, this is important because you see what's happening with Bitcoin. So around 2017, Bitcoin reached about 20,000 or so, right? And so when you look at that, and then you look at the values, the dollar has pretty much lost half its value of what it had already, what was left. Then you look at, from a mathematical perspective, you're looking at basically what Bitcoin is right now. So that's roughly about right. The thing is, we are due for a major retracement. So just be careful and wait for that. And the last thing I want to cover, guys, is I want to say congratulations to our new elect Joe Biden as president. Guys, I don't really care who's president. Not really a big fan of Republicans or Democrats again. But whoever's in office, it's not going to affect me because I'm going to make money regardless. And if you're following this channel, you're going to make money regardless too. If you've been following our work, you've been watching our videos, you've been watching how we trade, and you stay on top of our content, you watch our videos every time we release them, you're going to make money. Make no mistake about it. I want to put you on the right side of trades. This is not about me. This is about you. This is about you. I want to see you become successful. I want to see you reach your financial goals. And so if you support this channel, guys, please leave a like this video, leave a comment below on what you felt that was most helpful during this video, and also leave a comment on things that you want to see, So I got a question of the day. I have a question of the day. Which currency or metal or Bitcoin are you going to be looking to invest in the year 2021? I want you to leave that down in the comments below because I want to be able to see where you all are and what you're looking to invest in. Hey, maybe I might be the same way. The last thing I want to leave you with, guys, and I think this is really important. In Joe Biden's cabinet, he has Janet Yellen as the U.S. Treasury. Now, this is really important, guys, because those who understand the power of central bankers, they know that she used to be a Fed chairman. And this is why I think gold is going to 3,000 because she's basically bridging the gap with the U.S. government and central banks. Now, the central banks were created to be private, but now she's bridging that gap. So what do you think on a massive scale, on a global scale, is about to happen? I think it's doomsday. And this is going to be the perfect opportunity for us to profit from these markets. Well, guys, I do appreciate you checking out our content. And remember, we'll see you on the other side. Until the next video.